video is for every woman who ever asked herself, why is he giving her everything I begged for? If you are going through a breakup or a divorce and your partner, the man you dated, is in a new relationship and it seems like, oh my gosh, he's giving her everything that I ever begged him for, that I asked him for, this video is about to answer that question. If you're new here, welcome to Heal the New Sexy, where we discuss all things healing, self-love, and relationships. My name is Cynthia. I am a licensed therapist and relationship coach. So I want to answer the question, why does it feel like, or why does it look like he's treating her better than me? I can imagine the frustration, the confusion, and even the hurt you may feel, especially if the relationship just ended and it feels like he's already moved on to a new relationship. I'm going to look down because I have some notes. First of all, I want to encourage you to not take it personally. This really has nothing to do about you, okay? When you see a man giving a woman everything that you asked for, it really has a lot to do about him and his character. So we're going to talk about that today. So the hard truth is, it was never about you. It's really about him. Men don't change because someone deserves it. Like, a lot of times women will be like, I'm putting all this effort in the relationship. I'm doing everything that he's asking me for, but he's not changing. Anything he asks me to do, I do, but he doesn't change. And it's because they don't change because you deserve it. They don't change because of how many handstands you've done or hoops you've jumped through. Men change when they make the decision to change. They change because they've decided to change, not because of who they're with, but it has to be internal for them. It's their internal motivation, it's their readiness, and it's also timing. That's what causes a man to change. And sometimes we can be with a man who just hasn't done his work. So even though you see potential in him, or you saw potential in him and you thought he's a really good man, he just needs to do this. Sometimes you see him giving her everything is because it just wasn't his time to change. He, especially if you dated him in his early 20s or even his late 20s. I see men now that are in their 40s talking about they're going to do something different. And God bless them, okay? I'm not judging. But if you think about their dating history and all the women they've dated between now and then, it's like, yikes. All the women who had to endure for you now just to wake up to make the decision to change. Okay? I want you to know that you were not the problem, you were the lesson. The ending of your relationship, whether it was just your dating or a divorce, may have been the wake-up call for him that, listen, women are not going to stick around, or you're not going to stick around and endure. You ever heard of the one that got away? You may be the one that got away. And so he's showing up in this relationship differently because he has learned his lesson. He has learned, listen, I lost a good woman, and many men have. I remember R.C. Blake saying, if a man is not married by his 30s, I know that he's met at least 3 women that he could have married. There are at least 3 women that he could have married. And the truth is, for some men, they waste time, they play around, they think they have more time than they do. And so once they wake up to, listen, I just can't keep doing this, they've lost a good woman, and that good woman most likely was you. So let's talk about why he's giving her what you wanted. First, she's benefiting from the growth that you sparked. Yes, he may have changed. He may have changed, but I'm going to give you all a little caveat later on, so you're going to want to stick around for that, okay? So don't leave the video yet, because I'm going to give you a little caveat. Yeah, he may have changed, but that's at your benefit. That's why you have to be very wise and discerning in dating, because there are some men, and I'm not going to say it's intentional, but they will waste your time because they're not ready for a relationship the way you are. Women are raised for relationships. They're raised for marriage, okay? We're shaped. The first thing you're given as a little girl is a baby doll, and you're taught to be a mother. And then you're given a kitchen set. You're taught to cook and clean and be a good mom. Why? Preparing you for a relationship. Boys on the other end are given G.I. Joes. They given trucks. They given a basketball, a baseball, a football, and they're told to play. And when it's time for a relationship, that's what many men are doing, playing while you are ready to settle down and have a house. Okay? You got to know that. So yes, he's changed, but it's because you sparked the change in him. He's realized, that's the one I let go. That's the one I let get away. I should have married her, but I wasn't ready. Or I didn't have the tools, and he got those tools in while he was dating you or while he was married to you. Number two, she aligns with his current wants or needs. So maybe you're a great woman, not taking that from you, but maybe his current needs or what he wants, he didn't want a serious relationship. So she's agreed to that. So you see them out there frolicking on the beach, but the truth of the matter is he's not committed to her. See, you're watching him from afar and you think that he's giving her everything. He ain't committed to her. He's still playing the same games, but she's agreed to it. See, you wouldn't settle as it related to your needs, wants, or your desires, and maybe you wouldn't settle as it relates to your commitment. Sometimes we as women have to realize that when men date us, for some of them, we are requiring a lot more of them, right? We know in these internet streets, they talk about a high value man, or a high value man is a man that makes six figures and blah, 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 blah. But you may have said, yes, you do all of that. But listen, emotionally, in your integrity, in your character, you got to come up a little bit more to be with me. She'll settle. So he's not required to do all those things for her. Okay. Number three, she doesn't challenge his comfort zone the way that you did. You made him feel real uncomfortable, boo. There was a level, going back to what I said, integrity, morals, and character. You made him feel real uncomfortable. And so what did he have to do? He had to go and find another woman that would accept him for who he was. He had to find another woman who wouldn't challenge him, who wouldn't make him grow. He had to find another woman that wouldn't put a mirror to his face and say, hey, this is who you are right now, but this is the potential of what I see in you. I see greatness in you. Right? You as a woman, you have the ability now. I may have to do a video because we don't build every man, but you have the ability to speak into a man. See, the man that you start dating has the potential, with your insight, with your support, with the favor that you are, to grow into develop into a healthier man. Okay. Any man that's with you or gets with you, he should be motivated to love you, to support you at a different level, at a level that he never imagined. I was talking to one of my coworkers the other day, and we were talking about love, and I said, define love for me. And he said, now let me tell you about this coworker, okay? You know, I don't know how to describe him. I would describe him like DMX. He's very rough on the exterior, okay? He is, but when he was talking about the love he had for his wife, there was a softness there. And he's like, I can't describe how I love her. I can't describe how she makes me feel. Okay. When you meet a man, he may be rough around the edges, but with you, he becomes polished. But this particular man, he didn't want to make any changes. He didn't want to be pushed outside of his comfort zone. All right. So let's talk about the real question. The real question is not why did he give her everything I wanted? The real question is, why were you begging a man to give you what you needed, what you desired? That's what we have to address, because you better not never beg another man to give you something that another man will easily give to you. Another man will say, that's all you want. It's no problem. Okay. Because sometimes in these relationships, when you're in a relationship with an unhealthy man, he'll make you feel like you're giving too much. He'll make you feel like you're asking too much. And another man will be like, that's all you want? So it's time for some self-reflection. What made you stay in a situation where you were unfulfilled? What made you stay in a situation where you had to keep asking and begging and pleading for a man to give you what you needed? The bare minimum. The bare minimum. Okay? So you need to sit back and say, okay, girl, whatever your name is, why was I asking this man to give me the bare minimum? Because that's really what it was. Why did I beg him? Why did I ask him? And then why did I stay when he refused to give it? Or why did I stay when he gave it to me for a period of time and then stopped giving it to me? And then I had to ask him and remind him and say, hey, I thought this is the understanding in our relationship. Okay. It's so important to know your worth and walk away before you're drained. There's so many women I work with, whether it's in therapy or counseling or coaching, who are very, they're like, girl, I'm tired, right? You walk away from relationships before you get drained. The two of you should be pouring into each other. You should be pouring into each other. You should feel refreshed, right? You should feel energized in a relationship. You shouldn't feel like he's taking from you. You should feel like, oh my gosh, like he's pouring into me, the way he loves me, the way he takes care of me, the way that he sees me. I've never been seen like this in a relationship. The way he's attentive, the way that he's intentional. Instead of like, girl, I'm so drained, this relationship, right? And the thing is with a lot of women, you guys be wearing masks. So you look Instagram ready, but on the inside, you are dry as the Sahara Desert. Don't allow that. Don't allow a man to drain you, okay? And this is a caveat that you need to, or this is a nugget that you need to write down somewhere. The right man won't need convincing to treat you well. You won't have to convince him. He'll come in treating you well. He knows the importance and the value of a woman. He won't mishandle you, okay? So let's talk about how to shift your mindset and win. First of all, stop comparing yourself. His actions are a reflection of him and not of you. The Bible talks about the wife being a man's glory, okay? So men that are ready to treat a woman well, they understand this is my glory. I have to handle her right. I have to handle this woman right. Because if I don't, not only are people on like her father, her uncles, or whoever gonna come for me, God gonna come for me about this girl. I gotta treat her right. And he understands the more I treat her right, the more, this is a blessing. The more I treat her right, the more God's gonna treat me right. Okay? So you have to know that a man, you won't ever have to beg a man to treat you right because he understands your worth and your value. All right? Right now, it's time for you to focus on your healing and glow up. The best revenge is your healing. It's you against you. Stop focusing on him. Stop watching the Instagram. Disconnect from him. Period, point blank. Stop thinking about him. Stop focusing on him. Because I'm going to tell you something later on that's going to blow your mind about why he's really doing what he's doing. Oh, let me say this. Okay, sometimes men can be petty. And the reason why he's giving her everything that you asked him for is really because you left him. Let me go ahead and throw that out there. I don't know why that came to me. Yeah, sometimes oh my God. Okay, sorry y'all. Don't say the Lord's name in vain. You ever dated a man and had a child with him, or you were married and had a child with him, and he don't do nothing for your kids, but he do everything for her children? He doing that out of spite. He doing that out of being petty. He's doing that because he thinks that you're going to suffer. If you don't dust the dirt off your feet from that past relationship or marriage and get to moving, okay, and focus on your healing and focus on being the best you can be, okay, in the army of the Lord, because we not joining the real army. We too cute for that, baby. We too cute for that. Okay? Yes, they do. Some of these men are real petty, all right? Trust that what you wanted from him wasn't too much. It was just too much for him. There was a young lady who commented on my video when I said why you shouldn't tell him that you're being abstinent. And she said that she was dating a man and he became resentful towards her because she wanted to sleep with him. And I told her, baby, he didn't become resentful towards you because you want to sleep with him. He became resentful because he realized he wasn't him. He wasn't Timothy, okay? And that's why you have to understand that what you were asking for wasn't too much. It was just too much for him. You have to understand that some of these men don't have the capacity to give you what you need and what you want. But the right man will give you everything, okay, on a silver platter. And he won't complain about it. All right? What you wanted was valid. You were just asking the wrong man. Stop thinking that what you want is too much. You were created in a specific way, and the right man is going to give you everything you need, and it'll be with ease. All right? So let me share this caveat with you. Now, there are some men who heal through women. If you watch my video, what's that video title? The real reason, I think it's the real reason why he wants to sleep with you quickly. There are some men who heal from woman to woman to woman. And so this man may know, right? He may know, okay, this is an act. I got to gaslight her. I got to do all this to get her in a relationship. And that's why he may be giving her everything that you asked for, because you gave him a blueprint to a woman's heart. Unintentionally, right? Unintentionally, but you gave him the blueprint to his woman's heart. So now he's showing up and he's doing all these things for her that you asked him to do, but really he's doing those things to gaslight her so that he gets into her good graces so that he can do what he wants to do. And when he gets comfortable in that relationship, then the true him's going to show up and she's going to be bamboozled, because she's going to be like, whoa, you showed up whining and dining me. You showed up taking me on trips. You showed up caring for my kids. You showed up being concerned about my mom. And now all of a sudden, sorry y'all, somebody car. Listen, I be so tired of these cars with these, I don't know if that's a muffler or something they put, and then they go 5 miles per hour. Why y'all do that? Men, if you watch the video, why y'all do that to your car? Anyway, right? And then really what he's doing, he's bamboozling her. You're watching it from the outside thinking, man, he's giving her everything I wanted. No, sis. What does it say? A leopard don't change his spots. That's it. That's it. For 2 seconds, he's gonna be everything she wished, hoped, and dreamed. And then for the rest of their relationship, he ain't gonna be nothing but a nightmare. Okay, put nightmare in the comments if you still watching. He ain't gonna be nothing but a nightmare. All right. So let me tell you this: you didn't lose anything. He did. You are the one that got away. Thank God that you got away, okay? Because he did not have the capacity to give you what you needed, want, hoped, and desired. He didn't have the capacity probably to communicate. He lacked probably emotional intelligence. He didn't have any conflict resolution skills. And if you look back on him, he was not even all that. Right? The reason why he only looked good outside was because of how you were taking care of him. Sometimes we need to be honest about the touch of a woman. The touch of a woman, right? They said it can make a house into a home. All right? You need to realize that the only reason why that other woman is even probably paying attention to him is because of the work and effort that you put in. But that's why it's so important that you leave any relationship that's not fulfilling you, that's not satisfying you. Don't pour into empty vessels. He was an empty vessel and you were pouring into him, and that's why you left the relationship drained. But if you do your healing work, you focus on you, and if you need support, click the link in the bio or click the link in the description so that you can schedule a coaching call, and I'm going to help you get right back on your feet. And I'm also going to help you and teach you the men that you should be in relationship with, that he understands. I'm gonna pour my lady the same way she's gonna pour into me, because this girl right here, she's my favorite and she's my glory. I'm gonna take real good care of her. I'm gonna love her the way that she needs to be loved. Okay, I want to encourage you to engage in self-love during this time. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, but also maintain your standards. Don't lower your standard to the next relationship you go into. That's where some women fail, because they'll get in a new relationship and they'll lower their standards. You're going to be more miserable in a new relationship with lower standards. Maintain the standard, okay? So I hope to hear from you down in the comments. I want to know, have you ever dated a man and then you saw that he gave another woman everything that you hoped, wished for, everything you asked him for? I already know how the story ended. I already know they broke up, but I just want to hear from you. But I just want to say I love you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.